Hi everyone, in today's In The Know, we're going to do a product review and use my Panasonic SD 2500. If we get a close-up of it here, you can see it has many different menu items. It also, as well as baking bread, it bakes dough, so you get nice dough where you can use pizzas, you can create French bread, etc. It has quite a clear panel at the front with menu, the size of the bread, whether you want it a dark, medium or light crust, and a start and stop button. So it's very clear, it's very simple to use. It's quite a large unit, as you would expect to make bread, but it's it's very nice, it's very clear, and it looks like a good product. So let's start to use the device. I've laid out all the ingredients that the very handy the guide that comes with the Breadmaker has all the different recipes within it. So we're going to make a white loaf today. This takes between 4 hours here. It says on the instructions. So most important, you have your inner part to your bread bin, so obviously that goes inside, and you also have the paddle. Now the paddle obviously does the kneading and basically brings everything together. It's very important. Tip 1 is that this must go in first. If you put the ingredients in and then forget about this, you have to literally throw your ingredients away and start again. So it's very important that this goes in. This just literally slots in here, like so. You've got the movement there. Now it's also very important, tip 2, is that you put the ingredients into the bread bin in the same order that it's listed within the instruction manual. So first off, we've got yeast, and that's a teaspoon of yeast. So you get a nice handy little tool here. So you get this nice tool which shows you the different amounts. See, it's a full teaspoon there, and you can actually, if my camera will zoom in on that, see the different sizes. So it's in quarters, so it's a bit easier for you to choose and get the right amount. So we put our yeast into our bowl. That's number 1. Number 2 is our strong white flour. So we've got 500 grams here, which makes a large loaf. Let's pop that in there. Like so. Give it a shake so it evens out. Next is sugar. So that's 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. So that's 1. And then we can use the device to roughly gauge the halfway mark. In it goes. Next is butter. So we've got 25 grams of butter here. I'm just going to break that up a little bit. We get an even amount inside. There we go. Lovely. Right, after butter we have salt. So with salt we've got 1.25 teaspoons of salt. I mean, the great thing about making bread this way is that you can see the full amount of salt. You know you're not putting in too much. 1.25 is not a lot at all. Whereas shop bought bread, you may see a lot more salt inside. Last but not least is water, 350 ml. Pop that on top. In it goes. And right now it just looks like one big mess, but this is the Panasonic machine that's going to hopefully make this into a wonderful loaf of bread. So we pop it straight in. You find the bottom, you just give it a little turn, and you can feel it click in. Pop the lid back. Okay, so as you can see at the top here, we've got option menu item 1 here. We've got extra large, large and medium. Now I'm doing a large loaf, so I'm going to change that to large. I actually want it with a medium crust, I don't want it too dark. And that's it. You hit the start button and it starts with rest. Now as the time progresses from 4 hours, it will change from rest to knead to rise to bake to end, and you'll always know at what stage your bread's at. When it gets to end, obviously it will make a noise, it will start beeping, and then you'll need to come and press the stop button over here. So yeah, we'll jump back in and we'll let our bread bake. Hi everybody. Okay, so our bread maker here has just finished. We had 3 beeps. I pressed the stop button, and now we're in a position really where we can take our bread out. Use some oven gloves or a couple of tea towels depending on what you have around, because it's very hot. Make sure you twist it as you get it out, put out the bread, and what we'll do is we'll pop it in there for a second. Then what we'll do is we'll grab hold of it, turn it upside down, give it a little shake. Sometimes you have to give it a little twist as it gets stuck onto the paddle. I have noticed that the bread doesn't come out particularly easy. However, it does normally come out, so let's just stick with it. Maybe I'm not being vigorously enough with it. There we go. Out it comes. Pop out. Right. So let's turn it up the other way. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. It's got a good medium colour on it. It seems fairly crispy on the top there. It's flaked as I've got it out. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Now what we need to do is we need to leave it to rest for around about 30 minutes, just so it firms up. So if we cut it, it's not too soft, so it'll firm up. Okay, so we'll come back in 30 minutes. Okay, so we are now about 30 minutes gone by. Let's get our bread over. It's nicely cooled. I can feel it just a tad warm on the bottom, but hardly at all. So we're nicely cool. We've got a nice crust on the top. It's still spongy and bouncy. So let's go into it. Let's cut our end off with our bread knife. Down we go. Lovely, excellent. So that's a nice, as you can see here, it's a nice textured bread, nice bounce back on the bread there. The end, very good crust here. So yeah, excellent. I mean, it's a great product. I think for family life, everyday loaf, excellent. It really is a really great bit of kit. And there we go. There's a first slice for you. So again, great bread, excellent product. Hope you enjoyed our product review of the Panasonic SD2500. All in all, it's a great bread maker. Thanks.